Okay, so we're live. Hope if you guys can hear me okay, push a 60. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because we've already spent about 30 minutes trying to get on this app. I am so sorry about that. I was so excited. I was so excited. I thank you, Danny. Okay, so let's get started, you guys. I am so sorry about that. I wanted to try a new application today. And that new well, it was not a new for everybody else, but I was going to try a new one for us because I wanted people to be able to come on and say what they had to say. But I think what we'll do is I'll do a workaround. If people want to say something, you can call me on my phone, my cell phone. I can put it on speaker and we could talk that way. I know it's a little janky, but you know how we do. We could do workarounds when folks want to be on. So I do want to say thank you for being so patient and do want to apologize for for all of this. So let's get started. As you know, we did a 2-day workshop for the personal vision and mission workshop. That was fantastic. We had a great time. At least I had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time. And then we followed that up with a 5-day uh, personal vision and mission statement challenge. And I mean, some of y'all just hung in there and came every day. Danny, I know you're in, I believe, Michigan. So you came and popped in when you could. So I appreciate that. But even if you weren't at the live, you were able to listen. Thank you for letting me know you made it, baby. Um, at least if you weren't at the live, you were able to at least listen to the replay. Having said that, I'm pretty excited because tonight makes 7 days. So, when the last session that we have, we talked about the importance of reflecting on our goals and how reflecting on our goals can support our goals, right? Because when we reflect on the things, the goals that we've made, and we reflect on, hey, how far we've come, how far we may want to go, if we want to pivot, do we need to make some changes? you know Reflection helps us to celebrate the small wins, and those small wins are very, very important. So I want to just make sure that we take some time today and to complete the 7-day reflection that we have in our workbooks. Now, I'm jumping ahead and I'm going to come back to some things, but if you don't have your workbooks, grab your workbooks because we're going to work on the reflections part of the workbook. And we're only going to be on that for a few minutes because I don't want to keep you long. And if you're working from a dedicated notebook, during our last live, we had you write down 7-day reflections, 14-day reflections, 21. We did it like that. So today is the 7-day reflections. And if you were not with us the last time, then just take a note paper and write down the one goal area that you were focusing on. For me, it was health and wellness. For somebody else, it was personal growth, professional growth. So whatever yours is, write it at the top of a clean piece of paper and then write under that 7-day reflections and then put today's date, which is October the 24th. If you're joining me live, if you're joining the replay, it's whatever day you're looking at the replay. And so what you want to do is ensure that when you're doing your reflections, you always want to date those so that you have a time and period that you're reflecting on. So for us, we're reflecting from when we completed and signed our commitments, right? We signed our commitment statement. We signed those on the 17th. Those of us who did the live, right? And those who did the replay, you did it whenever you did it, which is fine. Okay. It's great. It's great that you do it, but we did it on the 17th. So when you're doing your reflection, you're going to be reflecting from that time that you signed your commitment until tonight or whenever you're filling it out. So we talked about some of the benefits of reflecting. I'm not going to go through that. If you want to know what those are, just listen to day 5 of the 5-day challenge. So let's just say where you're checking in from. Say hi if you're here. And then we're going to go ahead and move forward so that we can get off in 30 minutes. I'm in California. I'm in California. If anybody wants to share some of their reflections, somebody says they're checking in. Janeri says she's checking in from Los Angeles. Hey, LA in the house. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend the prompt today is you're going to turn to the reflections page, okay, of the goal area that you selected. My goal area, as I mentioned, was health and wellness. It was health and wellness. And so I am turning to the reflections for health and wellness. And I'll be filling out, can you see that? That first one that says 7-day reflections. And I'll put that in the chat pot for those who are working from a dedicated notebook. So I'll say 7-day reflections for your one goal area. And if you want me, hey, wait a minute. I'm getting ready to type nanny. 7 for your one goal area. Hold on. My aunt. So what you want to some questions you might want to ask yourselves are, how am I doing? What challenges have I had meeting my goal, my goal area? And I will share some of mine once we, maybe we can write for about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. And then a few of us can share. Hey, Nanny checking in from Palmdale. Can I get my birthday is coming up in January. So can I put my order in for my cake and some beans and then my 60 rolls of toilet paper? Some cake, beans, 60 rolls of toilet paper. Okay. All right. So she'll know what that is. So so those are some of the things you can ask yourself. So I will put those questions in the chat for you just to kind of help you, it'll kind of help you answer some questions about, what is it that I have accomplished? What do I still want to accomplish for the upcoming week? So maybe you can put, what surprised you, um, what shifted for you, what are you walking away with, or what have you accomplished? And let's say you had to make some pivots. I'm trying to be serious. My aunt over here is putting things in here. Um, what have you accomplished? And let me see. I can put what have you accomplished? Maybe what have you learned about yourself if you want to put that. This is all about you guys. What have you learned about yourself? Okay, so let's spend the next 5 or 10 minutes writing our reflections. And for those of you who have not been joining us, we did a 2-day personal vision and mission and uh, workshop. And you could check the replay that's going to be available for free for a limited time period. And then we have a 5-day challenge that we did last week where we got together every day for 5 days for an hour. And we selected one goal area. I have a workbook that I created, and people went through and got, picked out a goal area. Now, some people didn't have the workbook, which is fine. Some people did. There's different areas. There's personal growth you can select. I selected health and wellness. You could select, this is what I selected, health and wellness. And you guys can mute me if you're writing. There's renewal and recreation. There's different areas. Okay. There's customized areas. That means you can write in what your goal is. And what you can do is, if you don't have it, I'll put the link to the workbook. It's available on Amazon, but you do not need the workbook. It's not required to participate in the challenge. It's helpful, but not required. So right now, what we're doing is we're doing a 7-day follow-up to the 5-day challenge. And in a few minutes, we're going to share, those who want and feel comfortable, something that they want to share. The reason why I was doing the other software, StreamYard, is because that allows me to bring people onto the channel, and you could see them and they could see you if they want to be seen, but you could hear them. So I'm going to mute myself and spend about 5 minutes writing my reflections. I'll come back in about 5 minutes. I'm going to be drinking my tea. I wonder if she got my order. It looks like she signed out. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and share. And if anybody else wants to share, just let me know. Put your hand up, and then I'll have you call me, or you can just put your information in the chat. So during the last session, we did some prompts, and as I mentioned earlier, um, my one goal area was health and wellness. And so one of the prompts that we put is, what are some actions that we can do within the next few hours, the next few days? So for the first question is what is one action that I can do to move towards my goal within the next 24 hours? I wrote within the next 24 hours, I can make a simple plan to start some type of daily movement. Okay. And I made that plan. Okay. The other one was what's another action you can take within 48 hours towards your goal? And I put within 48 hours, I can create a menu for the rest of the month through October 31st. I did that. And what's one more small step I can take within the next 72 hours to towards my goal? I put I can actively keep my annual now this is TMI. I can actively keep my OBGYN appointment as scheduled. It was scheduled for last Saturday, the pap smear, because I will cancel a pap smear in a minute. So I give myself a hand. I kept my appointment for my pap smear. Okay. And then what's one more small step I can take within 7 to 14 days? And I put within 7 to 14 days, I can start exercising at least twice a week. And then what's still something you can do in 21 days? I put I can make all my medical appointments, which I did. And I will say I'm very proud of myself. Today I had a mammogram. Okay. I hadn't had one in 2 years. Actually, longer than that, 3 years, they said. I think it was 3 years, and that's not good. So that's what I did. Okay. My aunt says she can, Nanny, I can try and make my bed up every morning. Try, try, try. Okay. Yeah, I hear you got first world problems over there. Okay. So that's a good thing because making up your bed is a very good habit to have because it's one of the habits that helps you to build momentum in other habits. So that's great. Anybody else want to share? And Nanny, thanks for joining us. Anybody else want to share? Anybody? So what I'll do is I'll go over briefly before we end. I will go over the benefits that we talked about. I'm going to keep it real short. Okay. That we went over last week. We talked about the benefits of reflecting. Okay. The benefits of self-reflection. It builds awareness. It helps you to tune into your patterns, recognize your strengths, and see where there's room to grow. It fosters a sense of purpose, right? When you reflect, you're reminded of what truly matters and why you started it in the first place. It increases motivation. We talked about that. I know for me, it did help me, like just knowing that I was going to have to get on here and have to write and have to explain things. It helped me with my motivation, okay? Because I can tend to get demotivated kind of quickly. It allows to course correct because reflection gives you, clarity to pivot when you need to. For example, I wanted to start a 2-day challenge this week. I didn't start it, but I'm not going to beat myself up on it. I'll start it next week. When you do the reflection, it helps you to stay aligned and not just busy. Also, reflection helps you to stay on track. When you check in with yourself, your goals stay in front of you, it stay front and center, and it's not lost in the noise of the day. I know for me, what I'm doing is I'm using my daily planner. So I should have brought my planner in here, but I will write down what, like I'll have a big goal, and then my daily planner helps me to break that goal down into chunks. We talked about micro actions. It's not about trying to conquer the mountain all in one day. It's about step by step. We talked about how the journey of 1,000 miles begin with one step. So we're just taking the one step. It encourages gratitude. It definitely does. One of the things I did not share last time is, and I'll do a session on gratitude, is when you are doing and making some progress towards your goals, because we had said that this is about progression, not perfection, right? You are thankful. I have been thankful, and daily I write down at least 7 things that I'm thankful for in the gratitude journal. I don't know if you all know this, but and I probably shared it before, but I did create a gratitude journal. Okay, it's called Just Grateful, a gratitude journal for Black women. And that's also available on Amazon. Not required, but you can get it. I will put the links for both in the chat pod. But when you are reflecting, you do start thinking about, or it prompts you to think about the things that you're grateful for, because life be life and things are not perfect. Situations come up, relationships are strained, right? We got all kind of stuff that's going on, right? And then we got a situation that we're living in this world that we don't know how it's going to be day to day. We got somebody who, I'm not going to mention names, but everybody know who I'm talking about. You don't know what's going to happen, right? We don't talk politics on this channel, but this stuff impacts us, right? But if you are thinking about your goals, your personal goals, you can kind of move and pivot when the stuff get crazy. Okay. So Chineri says, I completed all 4 of my micro actions. Do you want to call me, Chineri, and then I can put you on speaker and you can say what those are? Do you want to share it with the group so people can get encouraged? No pressure. Let me know. You want to share it. No pressure though. No pressure. You can put them in the chat. I can read them. No pressure if you want to share. Let me put the links to the gratitude journal and the workbook in the chat pod. I'll do that real quick so I won't forget. And they are beautiful, you guys. They are so gorgeous. I'm so proud of how they came out. So let's see. I think what I'll do is let's see, the workbook. I don't know if that's going to show up there. Let me put the workbook in here now. I don't want to put a lot in the chat pod. I just want to put the link to the workbook. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Uh-oh. So it's not going to let me put the whole link. Let me just I'll put workbook and then I'll put link. That's what I'll do. Okay. Anybody want to share? Because we can go ahead and get off the live. But I do want to put the workbook. I'll put oh, here's my baby. I don't have you on speaker yet. You want me to put you on speaker? Okay, I'm sorry about all the confusion. I don't know what happened with that. Let me see. Let me just do this real quick. Workbook. Okay, Chineri is going to share hers. I'm going to put her on speaker. And here's the link to the workbook. Okay, you're on speaker. Can you all hear her?
Okay.
Go ahead.
All my micro actions were tied to just stuff for my graduate applications. And so this week I had initially kind of thought I didn't get as much done as I would have liked to. And then when I looked and saw that I finished all my micro actions, that was kind of a nice reminder that it was like, okay, yeah, I did get some stuff done. So that was nice.
Cool. Do you want to share one or two of the micro actions that you had planned or not?
Sure. One of them was organizing some stuff for my digital portfolio, and then another was updating my CV.
Okay. How did that make you feel getting those actions accomplished?
It was good because I think when I was thinking about a lot of things at once, they both felt like very big actions. But I think once I isolated to just a handful of things, it didn't take me very long to do either one of them. So it felt good.
That's great. That's great to hear. That's good to hear. Does anybody have any questions for Chineri? If you have any, you can put them in the chat pod and I can ask her. Do you want to add anything else? You have any encouragement for anybody, Chineri?
I think the main thing is, like you always say, progress, not perfection, and remembering that whether or not you achieve the things that you wanted to do or you're still en route to doing it, just being gracious with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's important. That's important. I think that's one. I think if that's probably one of the most important things, I think. And Natural Ally, Danny says, I love that. Yes, progress, not perfection. I think that's very important in addition to acknowledging and celebrating the small steps and the small wins that you actually have made,
Yeah.
So, all righty.
Yes. Well, I like that too.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. I love you.
I love you too. Great job.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. If anybody else wants to join, you have my number. You can call me and I can put you on speaker. Does anybody want to share anything on their micro actions? Ike, you want to share anything? Danny, you want to share anything? And I'm not sure if my mom is here today. Not sure if she's here. She might not be here today. I didn't tell you guys. I have a third book that I just released, and it's on Amazon as well. I didn't tell you guys that. I forgot. I forgot all about my other book. I just released that on last week, and it's actually a very beautiful book. It's called Notes, Thoughts, and Random Musings. I'll go grab that real quick, but that's available on Amazon. I'm not trying to, I might as well try to plug my stuff. Okay. I did a lot of work on this channel, so I think I'm going to plug my stuff a little bit. But here's the link to the gratitude journal. Let me put that in. Again, we're going to not be on here all day. We're going to end this pretty soon. I'll put gratitude journal. Okay. And okay, and I have somebody else calling. Hi, Danny, how you doing? In the chat, that's okay. You perfect. You right on time. So you want me to? I'm going to put you on speaker, okay? Okay, of course, you're welcome. And say what you want to say. Say your name and all that stuff. Okay, just say. So we have another person. Her name
Danny, also known as Natural Ally on YouTube, and I was really calling in to give you your flowers, Colette.
Oh.
Give you your flowers for doing this, and I know I've been tapping in and not being able to stay fully because I'm on the East Coast, but I wanted to support my sister as best I can, right?
Oh,
and so I just wanted to give you your flowers for you doing this and moving forward with it with all the, even the technical difficulties. You know, when we in YouTube world, we do all the things, right?
Right.
We the lighting, we the production, we the sound. Everything doesn't always go as planned,
right.
but we just keep on moving, keep on striving. And I just want to give you your flowers and kudos to you for what you're doing and continue to do great work, my sister. All right.
Thank you. And I just want everybody to know, Danny and I, and we got to start back doing this too, Danny, is we were one another's accountability partners. We started our YouTube channels the same. Well, we started a challenge together and we finished together. And afterwards, we supported one another. I think we used to meet once every month or something like that, right? Or and so we got to resume that. And so really, Danny would nudge me and I would nudge her, and we got our channels going together. So I appreciate her taking the time to acknowledge that, and I just appreciate her giving me my flowers and let me give you yours as well. So I appreciate you calling in. Did you want to say something about the challenge? Were you able to do any of the look at any of the replays, or did you have any encouragement for the folks?
Yes, I love that. Like I mentioned in the chat, progress, not perfection. Getting things done. And I take, I'm not saying that I'm all prideful, but I take much pride in just getting things done and doing it anyway, doing it afraid, not knowing what to expect, and setting a goal and just moving forward to that goal. And because of that, I've been able to accomplish some things that I didn't think that I would be able to accomplish, writing them down. I think it was just you who mentioned if you write your goals down, you're more than, was it 80% likely
42%,
to accomplish?
42%. Mm-hmm.
And so, and I feel like that has been helpful. I have heard, something similar to that before, but just those reminders is always good. And so as far as the challenge goes, it just it was like a full circle moment of all the things that I've, been trying to work towards this year and writing down the things that I wanted to do. And like your baby said, doing the small things and celebrating the small things.
Yes.
And I don't know about y'all, but I have sticky notes everywhere. So I use, I'm like, okay. And every time I can take one of those sticky notes and tear it up because I've done it, that feels so good.
Aww.
So,
I love it.
I appreciate that.
I love it. Of course. Thank you. You know what? I appreciate you calling in. Do you have anything else to say before we move on? I thank you because I know what time it is. It's 8:55 where you are, right?
9:55, sweetheart.
You're not Central Standard Time. You're East EST?
I'm Eastern, yes.
Oh, this time I thought you were CST. Oh, you EST.
So sometimes I be catching you with one eye open.
I know that's right. And she has a hard job, you guys.
Asleep, but I try.
She has a hard job. She's a social. She's a MSW, so she has a hard job. So if this is to checking in, and I appreciate it. That's love. Okay. So thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in. And I'm so proud of the accomplishments that you have made. Danny also has books on Amazon as well, journals and such. So I thank you for calling in. I appreciate you, my sister.
I appreciate you more. You keep going on, my sister. And
I will.
Hang up now.
And we gotta start back our accountability. It's time to move to the next level.
All right, I accept and receive that.
I'll receive it too. Okay, bye, baby.
Bye-bye now.
Anybody else want to call in before we end? I just want to go grab my other journal real quick that I just released on Amazon. Give me a second, guys. I hope y'all can't see my book. I know I'm sure. Let me share this with you. It came out so beautiful, and I'm so proud of it. I don't even think my daughters got to see it yet. I just showed them the picture, and maybe I'll put the link to this in there too. But this thing is gorgeous. So this is my latest baby. Okay. It's called Notes, Thoughts, and Random Musings. Okay. Now, Danny said that she got stickies everywhere. She don't have to put the stickies everywhere. She can get this book, and this is blank. Okay. It's a place, and this is hardcover, and it's small. You can throw it in your purse. 250 pages, I think it's 200 pages. You can see these beautifully designed pages, a place to put your dates, okay, and write down your notes, okay, or you can take your stickies and put them in there. That's probably what I end up doing, is dropping my stickies in there, because I have Post-it notes all over the place too. So this is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so proud of it. It's beautifully designed. You see how thick that is? I think it's, how many pages? Yes, 250 blank pages. You put all your thoughts in one place. See how beautiful those pages are? The book is well constructed. Again, this is a hard copy book. I love it. When I saw it, I just fell in love. And you'll notice that my things have a theme. Here's the journal. They're not the same. Okay, they're not twins, but they're cousins. Okay, they're not the same, but they're cousins. The workbook, they all have a theme. I wanted them all to be kind of related. Okay, so they're available on Amazon. I will drop that link to this too, just in case you guys want to get that. And I am just really, actually, Danny is the one who kind of encouraged me to put things on my daughter. And then Danny encouraged me to do things on Amazon, because she has stuff on Amazon. So I said, oh, she said, oh yeah, you can do it. So I'm going to say the notebook. I'll call it a notebook. I'll call it notebook, and I'll put that in the chat pot. And we're going to go ahead and end, unless people have something else to say. I'll say notebook, and there's a link to that. All right, well, I want to thank you all. I am going to do a work with me. I think I'll do 2 of them. So for the 5-day challenge, we did one goal area, and the reasoning behind that was so that we can spend at least 30 days concentrating on one goal area. I'm thinking about doing, and I will probably do it on the 1st of November, and then, let me see, 7th plus 7, like the 15th of November, something like that. So the 1st and 15th, we'll do 2 Saturdays where we'll do a work with me. And during that work with me, what we'll do is we'll pick one more goal area, and we will write our personal vision statement for that goal area, our personal mission statement for that goal area, our personal motivation statement, our vision strategies. We'll sign a commitment for that goal area. We'll write down, some reflections, prompts for that goal area, and it'll be self-paced. I'll be working on my workbook, but for the people who don't have the workbook, again, I will put the information in the chat pod so that you can follow along too. But we'll do 2 additional ones. It's probably going to be November the 1st. I think that's a Saturday, like at 10. No, it might be about 6. About 9 Pacific Standard Time. I think that's good for us. And then let's see. Yeah, it'll be November 1st, Saturday, November 1st, and Saturday, November 15th. So we'll do 2 work with me sessions. And that way you'll have another goal area that you can get working on before the end of the year. So then you have 2. So you got one that you did through the challenge, and then you'll have one that you'll do during the work with me. And it gives you 30 days, right, to get yourself a head start to the new year. We can leverage those last 2 months or 3 months of the year. We're not overburdening ourselves, and we'll just do what we need to do. I want to thank you guys. I love each and every one of you. The replay will be immediately available. Please, 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 if you haven't taken the poll over in the post section, please take the poll, and then put a comment in this video. Just put a thumbs up, something. YouTube know that you guys are hearing me. And these replays will stay up for a limited time only. I'll probably keep them up until the end of November, maybe, end of November, something like that, mid December. We'll see. But the replays will stay up. Okay, thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend. Congratulations to everyone. Take a bow. You've done what you needed to do, and I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for calling in. Have a good day. Goodbye. And thank you for bearing with me through the technical difficulties. Oh, Nanny's still here. Oh, hey, Nanny. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Bye.